Good evening. My name is Melody McDowell, and I will be discussing the management role in organizational behavior. The definition of organizational behavior in our textbook is the study of human behavior in organizational settings, of the interface between human behavior and the organization itself. This presentation will discuss how to create a successful environment for optimal behavior. The successful environment and optimal behavior starts with managers. Managers set the tone and culture of the organization based on their ability to be an effective and efficient manager. If you see on the slide to the left, you do see a manager who is trying to balance the two. These tend to be a balancing act for managers that determine the success of the team. The success of a manager can be assisted by following certain steps. Here are the steps, or the keys to management success. It starts with planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. According to our organizational behavior book, managers engage in the 4 basic functions of planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. These functions' purpose is to attain the organizational goals. Starting with planning, which is always the first step. According to Margaret Thatcher, the former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, she said, "Plan your work for today and every day, then work your plan." It's amazing advice, especially for managers. The goal for managers is to plan strategies that best coincide with the organization's overall mission. That's where all the planning begins, is with the mission statement. After you've made your plan, it's time to start organizing. So in the organizing step, it is determined who does what to achieve each goal. So once you have a plan, a manager must figure A, how responsibilities will be split, B, determine the need for teams based on responsibilities, and C, create teams who would fit into each role. Tom Peters once said, "Management is about arranging and telling. Leadership is about nurturing and enhancing." Throughout our textbook in this semester, we've learned that the key to being a successful manager is being able to find the motivations of your employees so that you're not a manager anymore, you are a leader. Leading involves finding the motivation for employees. Believe it or not, employees are different in each motivation. You might have one employee that's motivated by verbal recognition, pat on the back, a shout out during meetings, while you have others that would rather a bonus or a monetary reward. The most effective managers determine what are the motivators are for each associate and then plan accordingly. The next step is controlling, otherwise known as coach up or coach out, one of my favorite terms is in management. One of the hardest aspects for some managers is holding people accountable. While it's an essential part of management, it's very hard to tell people when they're doing wrong or not achieving goals. Organizational behavior must be controlled to ensure results. How do you control? How do you maintain the expectations? Associates have to be made aware of the expectations. They need to know what the consequences are. They need to be able to gauge their success as an individual or as well through a company. That can be held through goal setting, performance reviews, counseling, and disciplinary actions. Obviously, goal setting comes from the managers, but it can be set with each individual employee. Performance reviews, one of my favorites. According to the Forbes article by Aaron Levy, How to Lead a Productive Performance Review, which was published January 12th, 2018, reviews need to be held in 3 steps. The first step is going to be to assess the successes and opportunities. That being said, tell them what they did right. Tell them what they did not do right. Tell them where they are with their goals, how to achieve them, what do you see for them in the future. Step 2 would be to hold the conversation. Keep open communication with your employees, especially during performance reviews. It's a one time of year where you get to hear what they have to say. And step 3, follow up and follow through. If you make goals on reviews, follow up with them. Follow up with your associates. Big thing to know as a manager is all the skills. Obviously conceptual, interpersonal, technical, and diagnostic. As people say all the time, do you have the skills to pay the bills? Are you conceptual? Do you think long term? Do you think about the big picture? Do you have the technical skills? Do you know what you're doing? Can employees rely on you to know the expertise of the job? Interpersonal skills, one of my favorites. It's a motivational tool. It's how to become a leader instead of a manager. An associate will achieve more if they feel like their manager appreciates them. And then diagnostic skills. The ability to see consequences, or in the textbook as cause and effect. In summary, the overall organizational behavior is based on the management. It's based on the effectiveness. It is based on the efficiency and how goals are related to employees. Thank you for your time.